does not always just depend on intensity. It also depends on how repeated it is. It also depends on how long it continues for, the duration. It also depends upon how our mind perceives it. So remember, pain is not just physical, it's also mental. Someone mentally strong could go through the same thing as someone mentally weak, and the person who is mentally weak will experience more pain because of their mindset. So that's something to remember before we get into the topic. So let's get into one of the things which is considered the most painful in this whole world, which is trigeminal neuralgia. This is a phenomenon where people experience electric shock like pain on their faces, and people have repeatedly told that this is one of the most painful experiences that a human can ever experience. And anybody who experiences this finds it difficult to even speak or laugh or move their facial muscles. Another thing that people consider to be extremely painful are cluster headaches. These are headaches that come on one side of your head, particularly near the eyes, and they are extremely painful, and people have said that it feels like someone is drilling through their skull when they get these headaches. And for this reason, because of how intense it is, people even call it suicide headaches. Another thing that you might have commonly come across are kidney stones. Now, kidney stones are extremely painful, and I personally know friends with kidney stones, and they said it is one of the most painful things they have ever experienced in their whole lives. The reason being, there are hard deposits in our body that move through your urinary tracts, which produce repeated pain, and it comes in different waves, so you never know when the pain is going to start and stop. I can only imagine how uncomfortable and scary that is. Another thing that is considered commonly as one of the most painful experiences is, believe it or not, childbirth. Yes, childbirth is a very natural process, but because of the muscle contractions and pressure on the nerves, it is actually considered one of the most painful things anybody can ever experience. So if you're listening to this right now, just remember that somebody had to go through that pain for you to be here. So yeah, be grateful. And like I already said, mindset is extremely important in order to handle pain. So mentally make yourself strong. Do the right habits every day. Meditate so you have control over your mind. And maybe, God forbid, if you ever experience something painful, you will be able to handle it. Also, have you ever walked in a crowd and suddenly recognized someone's face and thought that they look like someone you know? Why does this happen? Why is our brain constantly scanning for faces? I've explained it in the previous video.